All right, Kimmy, we'll catch you. We'll catch you. Oh man. Although that tractor's better since we had the steer cylinder rebuilt. It used to leak internally, so you were constantly turning the wheel to the left, like not even just a little, like a lot. Always turning. So it's a lot better now. Because that tractor's got hydraulic steering, which is nice. Power steering. Super nice. Might be breaking that tractor out tomorrow. Dad said something about hauling gravel. Oh, he's going to put a new mailbox post up today. That's what he's going to do. We have a mailbox at the farm, and last year, getting ready for Pumpkin Day, apparently they let my niece drive the side-by-side. And for some reason, I'm not sure, but somehow she ended up out at the mailbox, and she absolutely smoked the thing with the side-by-side. Broke 4x4 off at the ground. It was kind of half rotten anyway, but I'm still not sure how she ran into the mailbox. But I think it was a hit the brake and she hit the gas, and yeah, smoked the mailbox with the side-by-side. So it's been kind of held up with I think a T-post for a while now. Dad was gonna like fix it and move it actually a little farther away from the road too, because Mr. Snowplow Man likes to well, he likes to hit our mailbox with the snowplow. It's been cleaned off well, at least once for us that I can remember by the snowplow. We went down there that one time and we're like, oh, mailbox is gone. It took us, we had to wait till the snow melted to find it. It was laying in the ditch about 20 feet away, but under all the snow. It was kind of funny. That was a pretty big snowstorm though, so it happens. And you know, farm roads, the snow likes to drift. Sometimes it's hard to tell where the road's at, you know. So it happens. Not a big deal. And nobody puts up snow fences anymore like they used to help with the drifting. That's not a thing anymore. And actually, guys used to leave like corn stalks in certain spots too to help with drifting, and nobody does that anymore. Nobody. It's like nobody cares anymore. So, plus we don't get as much snow, so it's not as big of a deal as even when I was a kid. We used to get more snow. But yeah. But yeah, nobody takes precautions anymore. That's all right. So we'll have to see. I don't know if I don't think we need to mow any of our grass or alfalfa today. At least not right now. Although we do have more cows to feed. Oh, we're up to, what is it now? 550? Yeah, 550 and then 500 sheep. From 350 and, was it 200 sheep? I think something like that. 300, something like that. So but that's okay. We'll get to that later. We got a lot of field work that needs to be, well, kind of. You can do something with slurry again too. Put it back on the big field and plant something that uses nitrogen. Might be the strategy. Actually, yeah. Might be the strategy to do. Like corn next year in the big field again. That's not a bad corn harvest, honestly, in that giant field. It was kind of fun the other day when we did that. Was that? I think that was Tuesday. Yeah. Wasn't? Yeah, that's right. Because I didn't stream this Thursday. I didn't stream anything Thursday. That's all right. All good. Yeah, we are going to have so much corn. We already have, Lev's got a semi running over at the corn dryer. The corn dryer might be full by now. Okay, the corn dryer is definitely not full, and it hasn't hauled any into there either. What did he do with that semi then? That's not corn. That's canola. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, it was one of those seeds.
It started with a C. We'll give him credit. He was probably tired. He, you know, used to work at nights. He saw the C and stopped reading. It's okay. Corn in all the fields. Ray, that's kind of what we're in the process of doing here. We had, well, kind of. We had corn in 34. We had corn in 31. Well, no, that was last year, I guess. 3, 9, and 10. So we didn't have corn in all of them, but we had a lot. So we'll probably not do as much next year, but we'll see. We do have rye planted across the road, which is fun. And I mean, you got to plant, you know, wheat, barley, rye, corn. I don't know. I don't think peas use much nitrogen. You know, you got to plant that stuff if you're going to be putting slurry out, because you're going to be bringing your nitrogen up so high with the slurry. So maybe we'll slurry the 34 field again. I don't really know how much we have right now. We got 525,000 there. Plus we should have, we only have 131,000 digestate, so that's not bad. We could haul 500,000 slurry to the biogas plant, actually, and then we don't have to put it on our fields. So we could just do that with it. Call it duck soup. Never know. They'll figure it out. We cross that bridge when we get there. How about that? Not too worried about it. Yeah, Sarge, you like how that tractor gets bullied by that car?
It does a little bit.
It does. Those are both in-game. That's too big of a cart for that tractor. All right. Speaking of Pops, by the way, he just got home. Guess he hasn't made it to the farm yet today. Or he'll be down there later on. I think he said something about going to Sam's Club today, so. Told him to look at a pot roast. Or like a chuck roast or whatever, make into a pot roast. We had pot roast the other night for dinner when we went out. And it was good, but like, I'm sure we could make a better pot roast here at the house, you know? So.
Come on over.
Wait, you coming over, or you make a good pot roast?
No, I'm saying come on over. That's what we're having tonight.
Are you really? I've never had pot roast until Thursday, Sarge.
Oh, that one recipe that's in Discord, that Mississippi whatever.
Yeah.
I will be nice. I will caution you one thing about it. It's good. It is good. Very careful with the number of peppers you put in.
I probably won't put any peppers in. To be honest, that's not really something we would do.
A few of them adds a good flavor.
More than that, not so good.
The recipe that we seen was like the majority of a jar of them. Oh, no.
Okay. I got you.
And I like spicy.
Yeah, no. So
No.
I'll probably modify it and not do any peppers, to be honest. Because Dad and Spicy aren't friends, you know? Aren't friends at all, so. But yeah. Tell Dad, Nappy, happy birthday. I never said his birthday was today. Bert. It's not today, not at all. But I'll tell him, don't worry. You put 2 or 3 peppers? Okay. I gotcha. Never said his birthday was today. Just in my family, there's 4 birthdays in April. So it's kind of a busy month. Kind of a busy month. And Bert, how's it going, by the way? Welcome in. But yeah, I've never had pot roast, and of all places to try pot roast, it was at Golden Corral. And I know that sounds bad, but every time we go to Golden Corral, which isn't often, you know, but Dad always talks about how good their pot roast is. I'm like, okay, I'll try the pot roast. So I did. And I was like, dude, it's freaking good. That and the meatloaf. Their meatloaf's actually not bad.
And their meatloaf's pretty.
Yeah, it's not terrible. But we haven't been to a Golden Corral since like right before COVID hit. So it's been a while. And actually, the Golden Corral that we went to before COVID hit it's been torn down. So it no longer exists. Because COVID was tough on buffets for sure. We lost that one. We lost the Chinese buffet too. Like COVID hit, they shut down. They had an auction like 2 weeks later. They were done. It was kind of crazy. But yeah. Mr. Bird, I'm doing great. Air conditioning's blowing cold air. You know, no household appliances broke down today. So, I mean, we're doing good, you know. For those of you that don't know, Chad, we had to fix our air conditioner the other day in the house. We turned it on last Sunday because it was like 85 degrees. And we came home and it was iced up and like super hot in the house. So we're like, okay, we need to have a... Oh, I did not see John was on this pass. We need to have like a guy come out, you know? So we found the paperwork from when the guy came out last time. It had been 5 years. So we're like, yeah, you know, not a big deal. You know? The Golden Corral was torn down in a Whataburger. Gotcha, Big Al. Interesting. Dear God. Why are we celebrating that my air conditioner broke? Black Cat, thanks for the bets. How are you? Anyway, so it had been 5 years since the guy came out and put, you know, a little bit of Freon in, right? So no big deal. So we call him up and we said, hey, you know, can you come out? And he's like, yeah, I can come out Wednesday. Like, all right, cool. And he's a friend of my brother-in-law's. So, you know, nice guy. Nice guy. So Tuesday night, the blower motor went out in the basement. I'm living the good life. Thanks, Bert. The blower motor, like, started making all this horrible sound in our basement. And so I turned it off and told Pops, Pops and I talked about it the next morning. We're like, all right, well, let's just go rip into the furnace, you know, and pull it out of there. And sure enough, there was like a whole bunch of end play in that motor, and then like it would spin freely, but it wouldn't spin freely, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, yeah, motor's got problems. So he called Granger, you know, Granger for the ones that get it done, you know. And the lady's like, yep, we have it in Kansas City. And Dad's like, and the lady on the phone was like, well, can you drive to Kansas City and get it? And Dad's like, well, I could, but I don't know if we really want to make that drive, you know? So we ended up finding one in St. Louis. I mean, it's just a 1/2 horsepower motor, nothing fancy about it, but like 3 places Dad called first, they were all out of them. So we ended up finding one, had to go on a little road trip to get it, but better than driving to Kansas City. So that was fun. You know, I held the flashlight because, you know, working on a project with Dad, I'm the professional flashlight holder, so. But that's okay. It's fine. We got it replaced. We're good to go. And then the guy came out Thursday to charge up the air, so. Which, by the way, AC service calls, they're expensive these days. Just for the record. I want to say 5 years when he came out, it was like around $150. Okay, for him to come out and apparently we go through it. We got a small leak in our system, obviously, which I think a lot of air conditioners do. He put 2 pounds of Freon in. Okay, 2 pounds of Freon and you know, his service call like fee. What do y'all think that was? Because it was kind of interesting. 37 and your dad still yells at you. Go save. 600. No, it wasn't that expensive. It wasn't that expensive. I was a little surprised. I thought it was more than I thought it was gonna be. Big Al, add 100 to that. It was $265. He saw I had cash and he's like, yeah, just make it 260. You're fine. And I was like, all right, 280 it is. I gave him extra because he's a nice guy. So gave him a little bit of a tip. But yeah, I thought it was a little more than I was expecting, but whatever, it is what it is. You lost 10 pounds of that's a lot. That's expensive. That is very expensive. 10 pounds. Whew. Probably wasn't cheap. Yeah. That's not good. He was telling us he was telling me there's a new Freon coming out next year. I was like, great. Not the new expensive stuff. Oh, gotcha. 150. Okay, not bad. I want to say it was the R34 134A, I believe. I think that's what it was, Black Hat. I think. I don't know. Our system's like, gosh, is it 20? It might be 20 years old now. It's pretty old. I mean, that's not that old, I guess, but it's getting some age to it for sure. I want to say it's around 20 years old, but I don't know for sure. I'd have to go pop the side panel off. There's probably a date somewhere on it. But I don't know. It's been down there for a while now. Oh, you do it yourself? You have a machine? Oh, I got you. Or I got you. It's over $1,000 for a 30-pound tank. Oh man. 200 for 30 pounds. Gotcha. Okay. Still have R12 just in case. They haven't used that forever, have they? I remember putting R12 in cars back in the day. Golly, it's been forever. Now he was telling us, he was telling me all kinds of stuff about it, and I was just kind of like, sure, just fix my AC, dog. I don't really want to talk. I just want you to fix my AC. Like, just, yeah, sorry. I was not enjoying the small talk about air conditioners, okay? I'll be honest. Nice, super nice guy. Like I said, he's a good friend of my brother-in-law's. Super nice guy. I wasn't into it, you know? That's it. To be completely honest, I was playing Captain of Industry when he got here, and I wanted to get back to my map. He was cutting into my captain time, chat. So I was not having it. So yeah. That was the problem. But it happens. It happens. Wow. That's crazy, Black Cat. $2,400 for 30 pounds of R12. Wow. We actually ended up at this place over in St. Louis, or like down in St. Louis, like dang near downtown. And we missed their parking lot when we drove past, and we ended up on the backside of their building. And there was a door that said, you know, customer entrance. And we're like, all right, cool. Yeah, that's customer entrance if you're like a contractor, you know, one of their like regular AC contract guys, you know, or whatever. So we just walk in and we're just like in a warehouse. And I'm like, I look at Dad and I was like, I don't think we are supposed to be here. And then one of their employees came up and he was like, oh, hey, what can we help you with? And I was like, we're not supposed to be here, are we? And he's like, no, the showroom's over there. And I was like, okay, cool. They were super nice about it, though. We just weren't supposed to really be there. But whatever. So, it was fine. No big deal. But yeah, we, and they actually had an alarm on that door, too, because they had this huge rack of copper pipe right inside that door. And so, they're like, yeah, we got to have an alarm because of that copper. Need to buy another R134 before they phase it out. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they had pallets of like all that stuff. It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see in their warehouse, actually. But like, we weren't supposed to be there. But it was really neat. But we definitely weren't supposed to be there. That's okay, though. They were nice about it. I mean, we were buying something from them, so they were cool with it. And we did the typical, actually, okay, well, we did the typical thing this day and age when you're working on something. We didn't YouTube it. But we definitely took a picture, like, of the thermostat wires before we had to unhook those. And then, like, you know, those motors are variable speed. So there's like 84 wires that come out of those motors these days. And then actually the motor that we put in is reversible. So it's got like a thing you can unplug and twist it around and plug it back in a different way and it'll reverse the motor. So we took a lot of pictures of all that stuff before we took any of it apart. So, which you know, that makes sense. It helps. We're putting it back together, like, you know, a couple hours later after we went and got the new motor. But the thing that really shocked us was the size of the wires on the new motor. The old motor had, like, you know, big, decent wires on it. This new motor had like a lamp cord run into it. It's crazy. They're both half horsepower, but crazy. Well, Big Al, I think part of it is the government, and it could be a thing, Big Al, yes. But what he was telling me about, like, the current refrigeration as opposed to the new refrigeration, the old refrigeration, when it escapes into the atmosphere, it doesn't break down. Yeah. It doesn't break down, but apparently this new refrigerant, if it escapes into the atmosphere, it can actually break down. So it's supposed to help with like ozone and stuff. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah. Yeah. What he explained was the breakdown process of it after it escapes. So that's what that guy explained to me anyway. I don't know. He's an AC guy, so, you know, he's part of it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's about how nasty it is after it escapes. So at least that's, like I said, that's what he told me. I don't know. Just start using propane. Well, you know, that's great until it leaks in your house. Black cats.
I was gonna stay out of it, but yeah, a lot of the newer stuff,
Yeah.
flammable.
And he actually said, like, even the current stuff, like, half of it is a flame retardant. Or something. That's what they said about R12 to 134. Well, you know, I don't know, Big. I don't know. Yeah. Slightly flammable. Yeah, because, yeah, he was saying that there's, like, a flame, you know, component to it. Yeah. I don't know. This dude, if you want to, like, I don't know. This dude was very interesting when it comes to, you know, he knows his stuff. Let's put it that way, right? So, and I'm not saying you guys don't, but, like, it was interesting hearing, like, from him. You know, it was kind of cool. Kind of cool. But yeah, flammable. You can't have, like, you know, potential, like, propane would be great and all, but the potential to be pumping that into your house. That could be bad. Could be very bad. Yeah. Yep. But, you know, it happens, I guess. I don't know. All I know is when that blower motor started making those noises, all I could think about was all the calls I've heard on the scanner are furnace fires. And that's all I could think about when that motor started making all that noise. I was like, oh my God, we got to get this thing turned off. Like, this is how fires start, you know? Could. Definitely could. So I was like, we gotta get that thing off and not turn it back on. It'll be fine. Actually, it was kind of funny. So in my not panic, I wasn't panicked, but in my, like, rushing around the house to, like, turn it off, and then, you know, this was late at night. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, so I knew Dad wasn't gonna, you know, Dad wasn't up. He didn't hear it for some reason. And so I was like, okay, I should have left him a note, you know, just, hey, don't turn this on, you know, talk to me before you turn it on. But I was like, I didn't think of that in the moment. I saw my sunglasses in the house, and I actually took my sunglasses and propped them on top of our thermostat in our hallway. And then he knew, like, okay, something's wrong here. I should talk to him before I turned it on, you know? It was kind of fun. Remember what you did for the exam. I gotcha. Eventually the noise stops. Yes, it will stop eventually. But yeah, I just, like, put my sunglasses there, and it did the trick. He didn't turn it back on, so yeah, because I knew he would know, like, something's wrong there. A note would have worked, or even a text to his phone would have worked. I think he turns his phone off at night, but he would have gotten the text in the morning. Although Dad and texting's not really a thing, so yeah. Wait, Trent, you have your certificate for AC? Do you really? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Are you making a joke here? I'm waiting for the joke from Trent. You know, Trent is, like, a habitual troll, so just saying. Really did auto. It was open book. I gotcha. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh. Interesting, Obelix. Interesting. That's funny. He probably is in a tractor, to be honest, Big Al. Oh, gotcha, Trent. Okay. Oh, man. Got you certain for cars and things like that. Gotcha. You know how you can buy those cans at like Walmart or anywhere to like fix your car? You know, you just buy the can, right? At like, yes, at Walmart sells it. One time my brother thought he was being helpful and he's like, oh, my sister's car was having issues. So he's like, yeah, well, we'll get one of those cans from Walmart and we'll fix it up, you know? And man, it worked for, we were at the farm and we like changed the oil in her car. She had it was a Chevy Tracker or something, a little SUV. And we like changed the oil and did that. And then he did the AC thing. And I was like, shouldn't do that. Don't do that yourself. Don't do it. And sure enough, we got 2 miles from the buildings at the farm and the AC compressor blew up. That was the end of it. He overcharged that thing so bad. And I kept telling him, don't do it. Don't do it. It was kind of, or you know, you did the same thing with the can. Yeah. Worked the day. I would not recommend the can. Take it somewhere and get it done right. I'm just saying. Don't do it. Saying that a lot with the self-help. Yep. Yep. Recharge yours that way and it's still working. Well, you got lucky there now. You got lucky, man. Yeah, it worked for 2 miles and that was it. Although for some reason he never, like, nothing ever happened with it. She like was super angry about it, but like he never like got it fixed or never paid to like have it fixed or anything. She just went on without air conditioning after that, and she was super grumpy about it for the rest of the time she had that car. It was a couple years, I think, without AC for her. I don't remember. It was kind of funny though. Especially because I was like, that's not a good idea. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But he did it. I think that was the last time he ever did that though. After that, it's like, take it to a professional. Have it done right. Trackers are throwaway. Hey, her track, that was an all right ride for a little while there. It was all right. He had lots of adventures in that car. She went from that. What'd she get at? I think that's when she got her Honda. She had a Honda Fit for a long time. My brother actually still has it. You know, little red Honda Fit. And apparently those things have a cult following. I didn't know that. But apparently they do. John, apparently they've been trolling with that tree and been changing the tree, and then the little tree came back. So there's also trees out in the field we have to cut down again too from the map update. So yeah. Oh wow, 2 vehicles and it pays for itself. That's crazy. They are tiny. Yeah, hers was like a, God, I want to say it's like an 11 or something. I don't even know. It is definitely not a large vehicle though. That truck made it back here with the canola. I gotta go empty this thing out. Gotta go empty this thing out now. Oh man. Had to have your Accord fixed. They gave you a Fit. I liked the Fit. It was a good little road trip car actually. Back when it was like fairly new. I mean, we went on I talk about going to Chicago sometime like that. A lot of our Chicago, there was actually 4 of us that went to Chicago in that car and back. And she had a 4-door one. Hey, she had a Fit, what do they call it? The sport one, or it had the paddle shifters. Yeah, the car had no power. No, absolutely not. But to go from like here to Chicago and back, you used like 5 gallons of gas. We were all getting scammed. Pretty much, John, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the boys were trolling apparently, so. Apparently it happened sometime when I took a break and they just like, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't here, so I don't know what happened. But yeah, we used like no gas going from here to Chicago and back in a day. That was fun. That's the road trip where we had pizza, of course, in Chicago. And when we came home, my buddy Casey went with us on that trip. And apparently after we came home, he spent the rest of the night sitting next to the toilet in his house throwing up because he got car sick. So he got to enjoy Chicago pizza twice, apparently. Yeah. But that's, you know, it happens. Definitely happens. Whoa, buddy. Come on. Oh, goodness. $500 out of your tank, depending on how you drive. That's not bad. Not bad. You had a little Buick roller skater. Yeah, that is the thing about like small cars. Yeah, I've definitely been the shoulder to shoulder with another person in tiny cars. Yeah. Yeah, it's not fun. The Fit was kind of like that. Yeah, the Fit's kind of like I said though, my one brother, he still has the Fit, and it was his daily up until recently. He loved that thing. My sister had it forever and then sold it to my brother. They were all about it. All about it. Almost made it from Gatlinburgs on one tank. That's pretty good. Of that has more. That's not surprising. All right, what are we doing? Sarge, are you back to mulching?
Yep.
Okay. We'll have to get plows going, but we'll have to wait on that for a minute. 2. You know, Lev said something earlier about maybe time to buy a big plow. Maybe. We'll see. We do have lots of little plows though. Let's see if this other picture's in here.
It was
not parked in the shed. Oh, it's out there. I see it.
okay.
It's out back here by the auger wagons, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right. I'll seize it. Sure. All right. Go do some mulching. I don't know that I've ever been in a Corvette, by the way. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I had a buddy that had his parents had a Corvette when I was growing up. It might have been the kid that got kicked out for making meth, but this is the map we're not allowed to have loans. Yep. Yep. No loans. Try to stay above 500,000 as much as possible. and hard economic difficulty. Kind of what we're doing. And, you know, started with old stuff. Still have some of it. What is that pit for? What pit? What pit? Haven't put more than it. You have an electric car, Obos, don't you? Finger plows, pluggers out. No, we have the John Deere that we normally run, Jacob. We're not going unrealistic. Not doing that. Oh, thank you. Maybe on our 4X that we play, maybe, probably not. I mean, I doubt we'll be mulching and rolling on a 4X, though. Your brother owned one and you got invited by GM? That's pretty cool. Wait, oh, the Plow. I was like, what's not red? My bad. Yeah, the Plow's not red, I know. We own a case disc. Does that count, Jacob? We do own a case disc. Now. For Dan to do cultivating missions. Yeah. The gas was for a friend's snowblower. Gotcha. Oh, you worked for GM at the time. Okay, I was like, how do you get invited to drive a Corvette before it comes out? Jad, I don't think we have to mow. We'll have to check storage, but I think we're sitting okay right now. What? Ray, I don't know what you're talking about. John, I think if we actually look at the road over yonder, I think there's a bunch of bales on that road. I don't think we need to do that. I think our next step's going to be plowing. Yeah. I think plowing.
Did we need to spread anything before?
We need to spread anything like lime?
Lime, manure, slurry.
We probably should do some slurry somewhere because there's over 500 sitting in the cows. 525,000, which is about half on the cows. So we probably should do some slurry in somewhere. Whatever we do in slurry will probably get like, you know, no, we just have to watch what we plant. That's all. Yeah, we probably should do a field at least. Maybe like that big field over to the west. Oh, you couldn't take the vet over 35 miles an hour. Oh. That had to be difficult to not go over 35 miles an hour in a Corvette. Oh, man. Wow.
Fired today.
Yeah. Yep, today's the day I get fired. I'm going over 35 in a vet. Speaking of cars, my sister was telling me the other night at dinner, she's got some Chevy all electric now. I don't even know. I don't even know what it is. Eagle fan, what's going on? But she got hit by a hailstorm. It might be a Volt, I don't know. But she got hit in a hailstorm a while back here in the St. Louis area, and it was like $8,000 in damage. Insurance took care of it, but still. Yeah. There's a parking lot, not on the streets. Gotcha. But yeah, she was not thrilled about it, but glad, you know, obviously insurance, you know, they have insurance. Part of the reason. Yeah, the reason is it's, you know, law. You have to. But yeah, we are playing in Alma, Missouri. We got the update yesterday. We have our new interestingly colored house. I don't know how I feel about it, but that's all right. Whatever. I like the fact that we can have more animals in the same buildings now. That's good. That's a nice touch. I have to feed the cows at some point, but that's all right. We'll get there. We did already upgrade our animal counts. We went ahead and bought new animals, so we have all those. We could have let them breed, but you guys know about the list. I have to have the list, you know, one line per building basically. So I fill up the buildings. I don't do the whole breeding of the animals in this game. I don't do it. The list bothers me, so add that to the list of things that bother me, chat. Sorry. Silver dough. Sadly, quite a few potholes. You had to follow the... Wow. I do remember the Silver Dome. At least the name. Yeah. Yeah. I sure do. Heaven 03. Gotcha. Cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, nobody in my family's ever done like a sports car. I guess the closest one was like my brother for a while. Well, for a long time, he had like a 95 Camaro, but it had a 6-cylinder. It wasn't like the fun one. It was a manual with a 6-cylinder. It was still a fun car. That was about as close as anybody in my family's ever been to having any kind of thing like that. Your brother's vet, you drove it once and he said never again. That's when you like should have asked to borrow it without him around so you could have fun, right? Yeah. You betcha. That's a project. Clear coat peeling, clutches next. Oh boy. That sounds like fun. Sounds like a good time, actually. It really does. Alright. Eagle fan, I'm technically mulching this field right now, so we've been playing on hard economy, and you know, if you mulch and you roll your fields after you harvest and you roll after you plant, you get a total of 5% more yield, and you know, we kind of need all the yield we can get playing on hard economy, so that's why we've been doing it, because the mulchers and the rollers are relatively cheap, so I would say they've paid for themselves by now. So yeah, everything from the engine back has to come out. Wow. Rocks, what's up? How's it going? Roasted the tires and oh well. Actually, back when brother got the Camaro, he was working for Walmart at the time. Now he didn't work at our local store, but he actually started at our local store, and he was working at a different store at the time. And I don't know why we did, but we ended up going to Walmart one time in the Camaro, like right after he got it. And he was smoking the tires in the parking lot of Walmart. And like the manager that hired him was in the parking lot. We like got out of there pretty quick. It was funny though. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. It happens. Yeah. He only did that once that I remember. Sure he did it some other times. But yeah, bought a 95 Camaro brand new. That was like his, that was his dream car for a while there. And he had that thing forever. He had it forever and then ended up selling it to another brother who had it for a while. And then eventually, I don't know, it had all kinds of problems, but it had a lot of miles on it. It had a ton of miles on it. So I think it found its way to a junkyard eventually. It's basically ran it till it was done. But it was it was a cool car. Was it an IROC? No. 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 Your parents had a 94. Nice. Very nice. Dude, he had a CD changer in the trunk of that car. Okay, he was big timing, man. He was big timing. Like it would hold, I don't know, like 6 maybe CDs or something. I don't know. It was a CD changer in the trunk. Yeah. Yeah, it was the whole thing. He was hot stuff, man. Thought he was anyway. It was funny. Now, see what happened is, you know, we grew up, you know, I wouldn't say like, you know, we didn't have government cheese, but we weren't like super well off, right? And when he moved out, like he was working a lot and had a decent job with Walmart, so like he had some money. And that's like the first thing he did when he had some money was go out and buy a Camaro. So yeah. And an 85, all right, that's awesome. That's awesome. Best you went was 130, but it was in Germany. Nice. Nice. I think the fastest I remember him going in that car was like only 100 or something. Wasn't that fast. But that's just when I was with him. I don't know what he did on his own time. I have no idea. Not a clue. Not my problem. Yeah. There was a time my one buddy had a Hyundai Tiburon for a while. I think that's what it was. And that was kind of I mean, it went a little bit. And a Pontiac, 1988 Pontiac. Oh, wow. And remember when Pontiac was a thing? Well, 100 can feel fast depending on where you are. Yeah. 10 miles an hour can feel fast depending on what you're driving. Like my Alice B, it goes like 10 miles an hour in first gear. You're flying. Okay. But my buddy had a Tiburon. I think it was a Tiburon, and he had just got the thing. And I don't know. He asked me to like go out with him, and we were cruising around, and we ended up down on the farm roads. And he doesn't really know the farm roads, but like I know the farm roads. But he was driving, so you know how in rally racing they have like the spotter, you know, like the guy in the co-pilot that's telling them what to turn, how to turn and all that. Yeah, that was me. Okay. So we're cruising on farm roads that I know and he doesn't. Oh, that was quite fun. We'll just say that much. It was quite fun. Charge Grand Prix. Yeah. Yeah. And it might have been the best part, but his brother was in the back seat the whole time, just whining because we were going too fast and he wanted us to slow down. And let's just put it this way. We didn't slow down. Okay. So yeah. Gaff, what's going on? How are you? Yeah. Girlfriend's mom had a Regal and she drive. Gotcha. Yeah, I think that was, I don't know. We were cruising. We were kind of cruising. Let's just put it that way. We had fun. Exactly, John. Yeah, exactly. Oh. Who's this? They make 20 fast and 150 not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. You record at 100. The front end got light. Oh, geez. God, one time years ago, I don't remember the context, but I was with my brother, one of my brothers, and we had Grandpa's old 89 F-150, and that speedometer tops out at like 85. And we were cruising. We were flying down the highway, going like 75, 80 in that thing, and about 80 miles an hour. You know the old triangle windows on trucks? Yeah, those things closed at 80 miles an hour. Automatic. Automatic closing windows at 80. I love the triangles, though. I wish they'd bring those back in trucks. I love the triangle windows. Oh, yeah. You're in the passenger seat. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. It was kind of funny. I think that's the only time that truck's ever gone that fast. At least I hope I wouldn't do it today. That'd be scary in that truck today. And truck's got some age to it, so no thank you. No thank you. We done mulching yet? No. That is the answer. No. Absolutely not. That's okay, though. You got a Miata up to 125 on a track. Nice. Very nice. Pretty awesome. I bet that felt really fast in a Miata. 125. I bet that felt like a rocket ship. I don't know why. I just feel like that would feel very fast. Just saying. Oh man. Just oh, I got you. I got you. Interesting. It was very loud. Oh man. Whenever anybody mentions a Miata, I always think back in the day on like Speed TV, there was a guy that had a Miata that put a Viper engine in it. And he would like, and it, from the outside, it was a sleeper. And he would pull up to like a stoplight to race people and just annihilate them. Because, you know, tiny car with a giant engine. Too aerodynamic, probably, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that had to be a fun car to drive. Like, you know, you breathe on throttle and you spin out probably. I don't know, but he did it, and I remember it being on one of those like shows on it was Speed TV back then. Yeah, it was awesome. Let's swap me out. Exactly. Exactly. A friend with a Miata with 250, 300 horsepower is rockets. I bet it was. Okay, now we can go back and forth, chat. Hooray! Because we've done 2 laps around the whole field. Now we go back and forth. And the best part is Sarge will be done over there in a few minutes. John's plowing. I guess that's John plowing, yeah. Oh, we're getting the work done, y'all. Slowly but surely, but that's okay. And our corn's being hauled for us, which is nice for using auto drive for that. Yeah. Gotta love it. S10 with a 454. Oh, man. L300's a ton in a Miata. That's like putting a 5-horse Briggs on a roller skate. I mean, come on. It's a lot for a roller skate, you know? Wow. Well. I don't know, man. I guess I'm just over my, like... You know, you go through that phase where you're young and you just want to go fast because you think you're invincible. I'm way over that. I just don't even care. Although if I can go fast on a lawnmower, I'm down. But we're talking like, 17 miles an hour. Anything more than that, Like in cars, I just don't care. It's fine. Get there when you get there. But tractors and lawnmowers, yeah, sometimes. Although last year when I drove the 995 almost into town to do some mowing for our guy, which I'll probably have to do that again this year. That was yeah, I just kind of putted along. Didn't go very, very fast. That's that stage. Need something to keep you occupied. Yep. Find nothing. That's an interesting way to put it. Yeah, I guess makes sense. Ricky, Bobby, I gotta go fast. God, Talladega Nights is such a good movie. Ah, it's so good. Ends in jail. It does, yeah. Renault. I'm not familiar with that car, but I'm going to Google that car really fast here. Hang on. We're Googling, chat. We are playing in Alma, Missouri. Welcome in. What's poppin'? We're Googling. Oh, that's an interest. Okay. That's impressive. If that car went 100 miles an hour. That is very impressive, to be honest. Wow. Holy cow. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. How's it going? 210 and 230. Holy cow. That's fast. Wow. Infinity Q50. So that turbo. Interesting. GTRs are a nice car, yeah. Nice cars, yeah. They sure are. Sure are. That is crazy that little roller skate went that fast. You must have been going downhill with a tailwind. To go that fast in that little roller skate. Oh, that had to be terrifying in a way, honestly. That's seriously, it's kind of what it looks like. It's a roller skate with a steering wheel, all right? Just staying. Use the seat belt to strap it to your foot, you're good to go. Fine. Tiny little car. Don't know about the wind, but the road was straight. Okay. I gotcha. Gotcha. Kind of funny, though. Oh, dude, the Skyline was my favorite car for the longest time. Like, it was a dream car of mine forever. I don't really have one now, but like, forever. Gas efficient. Oh, I bet that roller skate is fuel efficient, yeah. But yeah, Skyline's like, man. 50 on an e-bike? John, you're a madman. Good. Any car can do over 100 miles an hour if dropped right. The new ones are. I have not seen a Skyline in forever. In fact, me and my buddies, we all had these RC cars back in the day, and mine was a Skyline. Yeah, and then I got a 350Z. It was an RC, but dude, yeah. Yeah. You doubt he'll bring one back? No, he's a family. Gotcha. 45 on a jet ski was fun / scary. Yeah, I could see that. We got this little mini bike at the farm. It's got like a 4.5 horsepower, you know, little gas engine, right? This thing's tiny. It's like 8-inch tires, right? Years ago, I was like, I wonder how fast this thing goes. So we took that bad boy out to the lane. And I was riding that, and one of my brothers was behind me in his car. Okay, which dumb idea, by the way, to, you know, have a car cruising behind you on gravel that can't stop fast, because if they, you know, hit the brakes too hard, they're gonna, you know. RC car to 65, dang, that's fast. But anyway, I was going 35 miles an hour on this little tiny, you know, dirt bike, or not even dirt bike, little mini bike. And yeah, man, on like kind of loose gravel, dude, I knew I was alive that day. Okay, that was the day I was like, man, I'm alive, I'm living. It got the heart pumping. It was terrifying. Like, you know, I don't know, it was crazy. I might have turned, like, I put the governor screw back in since then, so I can't go that fast for my like niece and nephew. But yeah. Traxxas nitro car got it up to 50. That's crazy. That's fast for an RC car. I feel like 65, 50. That's fast, man. Yeah, 35 on like 8-inch tires, man. I felt alive. I don't know. I can't imagine what like riding a motorcycle's got to feel like. I don't know. Just saying. Go-karts up to 35. Took the governor off. You betcha. You betcha. What a good thing to do. Or something. I mean, it's just a Saturday, right? That's a troll account, right, chat? Right, chat? Oh, yeah. It used to be all about going fast. Yep. The new brushless will do 100. Dang. Dang. That's fast. That's insane. Yeah, Big Al, you ride. That's right. Yeah, I've never been on a motorcycle. I think if, you know, back when Mom was alive, if I would have said like, hey, I'm getting a motor, she would have killed me. So she would not have been about it at all. Yeah, not at all. You're afraid of the sudden stop at those speeds? Yeah. Yeah.
Cheesyman 133 just resubscribed for 5 months.
Cheesy Man, welcome back for 5 months. We appreciate the resub. How are you? Gas RC is supposed to go 5560. Dang, Trent. You need a really loud hearth. We used to have a guy. Well, actually, the guy still lives in my neighborhood. He was kind of an alcoholic at the time, come to find out later. But he used to have this Harley, and he would drive up and down my street. And like where I'm at on the street's flat. It does have a hill on the end, but he would ride up and down the street and basically just hold the clutch in and just rev the engine up and rev it up and rev it up. But he would hold the clutch because he wouldn't go any faster or slower. He would just, yeah, come to find out he was like really like bad with alcohol and stuff at the time. And he's clean and sober now and got rid of the motorcycle, and he's like a decent neighbor now. So there's other ways. Wow. Yeah, just take the muffler off the lawnmower. That'll do it. Take the muffler off the lawnmower and, you know, take extra long to cut your grass.
And start at 6 and...
Yeah, start at 6 and don't end until like 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. Let's cut grass all day. I might be guilty, okay? I show up to town with a, you know, a big zero-turn lawnmower to cut grass. I mean, I don't need to take the muffler off. It's freaking loud. Okay, I wear double hearing protection when I run it because it's just, it screams. It's 37.5 horsepower. Like, it's, yeah. And when the neighbor's having people over at the pool, I take twice as long to cut my backyard. I won't even lie. All right, like, won't even lie. It's like, my buddy next door, he used to have a car. He put the, I don't know, he called them the fart cans, is what he called them. I don't know what the actual name of those are. Man, they were so annoying. So annoying. He put those on that Tiburon he had. That car was so loud. So loud. But yeah. Oh no, Big Al. When he's got people over at the pool, I gotta take like 20 minutes to cut my backyard. I might cut it 4 times, you know? Because my yard's not that big. It's a 60 and 0-turn with 37 horsepower. I'll cut the world with that thing. But something about it, man, when I go to my backyard, I gotta go really slow. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Oh, man. Spread Malarg. Oh, Malargnite's so bad. We've used it before, Rox. It's awful. It is awful, awful, awful. Yeah. You yell at the guy with the Mustang? Yeah. I'll do that. Put a piece of rubber hose on his exhaust. That's good. That's good. It's actually made from human waste, Big Al. Should fertilize the backyard just because I actually didn't even fertilize my front yard this year, but my yard's in shambles after getting those trees cut down last year. My front yard is so bad right now. There's so many roots out there. It's crazy. Had to put it out every spring. Oh, wow. Yeah, so it's I think it's made in Detroit, possibly, or something, but it's basically they take like the leftovers after the sewage treatment process, and it's processed down. I mean, it's like there's no like you know, it smells, but it's fine otherwise. Like there's no germs per se to it or anything. Like you're handling poo basically, but it's like not bad to handle, if you know what I mean. Right? Cutting checkerboard and make it take time. You betcha. Always. But yeah, drug infused. Well, I was from Detroit. Yeah, I mean, you know. But yeah, it's like a natural fertilizer, basically, if that makes sense, because it comes from human waste. And the fun part is, at least for a little while until it breaks down all the way, every time it rains, your front yard or whatever, wherever you put it, will smell like a sewage treatment plant for a little while. We used it one time in our yard, I don't know, like 6, 8, 10 years ago maybe. And yeah, for a while it just smelled real good out there every time it would rain. Like a leach bed. I mean, kind of, yeah. It's like pellet form, you know, it's in pellets. You put it through like a broadcast spreader. It comes in like a 50-pound bag or whatever, 30-pound bag. Yeah, you can buy it all over the place. Like I said, we used it. Our yard looked great that year. Our yard looked awesome that year. You couldn't get anywhere near it after it rained, but it looked great. As far as fertilizer go, it's not a bad option, you know. Really not. It was good. It looks really good. Rent a power harrow or bring tetanus on wheels. I would not run tetanus on wheels through my yard. I'd break it, Trent. There's so many giant tree roots out there. No, thank you. I want to break that bad boy. What I really want is an excavator with a single ripper tooth. And then just go nuts out there, you know? Of course. I mean, it wasn't that good. But, like, it had good color all year, you know? Yeah, it had really good color.
So, believe it or not, the server's broken.
I left.
Why?
Stuck at 0?
Uh-huh.
No.
You don't say, do you? No.
There's no way. It would never.
Not once.
Ever would break.
Not enough. It's your 3 o'clock break.
My God, it is, isn't it? I didn't even realize. We're sitting here talking about my log night. You know, time flies when you're having fun.
About what?
It's a fertilizer that's from human waste. So every time it rains, your yard smells like a sewage treatment plant. It's great.
That sounds like a lovely feature.
You know what? I probably do need to fertilize my backyard with that this year. Oh, man, neighbors having a pool party. Better put those sprinklers out. Need to water the yard, chat. What a glorious idea that is, huh? I'm not that mean to the guy. I mean, I don't hate him that much. I just mildly don't like him, that's all. He's not that annoying. It could be worse. You know, there's definitely neighbors that could be way worse than Mr. Perfect over there. Like when we had the 3 college dudes that lived across the street. That was not fun, necessarily. I mean, they had a lot of fun. They were always having parties. But, you know, was not the best for the neighborhood, so. Because it was supposed to be 3 dudes, and then their 3 girlfriends moved in, and then, like, they had, like, I don't know, 6 dogs between all of them, and there was beer pong being played in the front yard, like, on a weekly basis, you know, and yeah, they were living their best life. Can't fault them for that. They were definitely living their best life. But not really the neighborhood for that. Not that my neighborhood's fancy or nothing, but still maybe not really the neighborhood for that. Because we are not fancy. around these parts. Mr. Perfect, Mr. Neighbor is, but other than that, festivals aren't too fancy. All right, so I'm gonna get to the end of this pass, and then I guess I'll go take my break real quick, and then we'll restart when I come back. How about that? Actually, can we hire this? Can I H button this? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Hang on. See if we can hire this. Go. 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 All right. Left, it's too early to start yawning. Left probably just woke up.
I didn't yawn.
Didn't you just, did you go take a nap?
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows?
I say yes. Okay. I'll be right back, boys.